Imagine a world swallowed by absolute darkness. Right now, exactly 2 miles beneath the crushing, suffocating weight of the Antarctic ice sheet lies an alien realm. It is a vast, interconnected network of roaring rivers and massive oceans that hasn't felt the warmth of the sun or seen a single photon of light for over 15 million years. We spend billions of dollars pointing our telescopes at Mars and sending probes to the moons of Jupiter, desperately searching for a single drop of liquid water or the faintest fossil of extraterrestrial life. Yet the most terrifying and mind-bending alien ecosystem in the solar system isn't light years away. It is trapped right here on Earth, directly beneath our feet. This isn't just a puddle of melted frost. We are talking about over 400 subglacial lakes. Some are the size of Lake Ontario, holding waters so highly pressurized and saturated with bizarre chemistry that they defy everything we thought we knew about the rules of biology. What is lurking down there in the dark? To understand the sheer impossibility of this hidden world, you must first comprehend the scale of its prison. The Antarctic ice sheet holds 70% of all the fresh water on Earth. In some places, this ice is over 3 miles thick. The pressure at the bottom is so immense that it physically lowers the melting point of water. Combine that crushing weight with the geothermal heat radiating from the Earth's core, and you get liquid water. The most famous of these buried anomalies is Lake Vostok. Discovered by radar satellites in the 1990s, Vostok is completely sealed off from the Earth's atmosphere by 2.5 miles of solid ice. It is a time capsule, locked away before human beings even existed. But Vostok is just the beginning. The deeper we scan with ground-penetrating radar, the more of these lakes we find, connected by a hidden highway of deep ice rivers. Here lies the ultimate curiosity gap. In the known world, all life begins with the sun. Photosynthesis fuels the plants, which fuels the animals. But beneath Antarctica, there is no sun. There is no wind. There are no seasons. The water temperatures are sub-freezing, kept liquid only by extreme pressure and heavy salt concentrations. By all standard laws of biology, this environment should be a sterile, dead tomb. Yet scientists suspected something else entirely. If life could find a way to survive here, it wouldn't be feeding on light. It would be feeding on rocks, minerals, and the very chemistry of the Earth itself through a process called chemosynthesis. To prove this, humanity would have to do the impossible: drill through miles of pristine ice without contaminating the most isolated ecosystem on the planet. Phase 1. The breach. The operation to breach these subglacial lakes was a logistical nightmare. Drilling with standard mechanical equipment would introduce surface bacteria and toxic lubricating fluids, permanently destroying the millions of years of isolation. Instead, scientists developed a revolutionary hot water drill. Water was pumped to near boiling temperatures, sterilized with UV radiation, and shot down a hose to melt a narrow, dark shaft through the ice. For days, the drill descended, inch by inch, mile by mile. The tension in the surface camps was palpable. If the hole froze over too quickly, millions of dollars of equipment would be trapped forever. Finally, the pressure gauges spiked. The drill had broken through. The ice had been breached. Slowly, scientists lowered a custom-built, sterilized robotic submarine equipped with high-definition cameras into the void. Phase 2. The alien biology. What the cameras captured sent shockwaves through the scientific community. The waters weren't empty. When the first samples were carefully brought to the surface and placed under a microscope, scientists didn't just find a few stray microbes, they found a thriving, bustling biological metropolis. Over 4,000 distinct species of bacteria and archaea were identified, surviving entirely on the breakdown of glacial rock. But the real horror, or miracle, wasn't microscopic. As the ROV panned its lights across the underside of the glacier, something swam past the lens. It was a crustacean, a fully formed, multicellular, ghost-white amphipod with no eyes, perfectly adapted to the crushing darkness. Where there is prey, there are predators. We had just stumbled into a fully functioning, complex food web sealed away in the dark. The implications are staggering. If complex life can evolve and thrive in a pitch-black, high-pressure, sub-freezing ocean buried beneath miles of ice on Earth, the chances of life existing on Jupiter's moon Europa or Saturn's moon Enceladus just skyrocketed from a possibility to a mathematical probability. We are looking at a blueprint for extraterrestrial survival. But there is a darker side to this discovery. If these lakes contain life perfectly adapted to an isolated extreme, what happens when that isolation ends? Hidden within these subglacial waters are ancient viruses and dormant biological agents that human immune systems and our modern ecosystems have never encountered. As global temperatures rise and the Antarctic ice shelves destabilize, the Great Seal is cracking. The hidden rivers that connect these subglacial lakes are beginning to accelerate, flushing millions of gallons of ancient, biologically alien water into the Southern Ocean. We are not just observing an isolated world, we are watching a cage door slowly creak open. Let's zoom out. Imagine peeling back the entire 2-mile thick shell of Antarctica. What you wouldn't see is a barren, rocky wasteland. You would see a dynamic, living continent. You would see a massive, pulsing, circulatory system of water. Mega rivers, some hundreds of miles long, rushing through pitch-black subterranean canyons, feeding into lakes that dwarf anything on the surface. Beneath our feet lies a sleeping giant. These subglacial lakes don't just sit still, they breathe. Driven by immense pressure, some lakes will periodically purge, firing colossal volumes of water into neighboring lakes, causing the 2 miles of ice above them to physically lift and drop by several feet. The entire continent of Antarctica is heaving, sighing, and moving. The true climax of our journey isn't just that life exists here, it's the realization that Earth still holds secrets so massive, so profoundly alien, that they rewrite the rulebooks of science. In the deepest, darkest pockets of our world, nature doesn't just survive, it conquers. It builds empires out of nothing but rock, pressure, and time. As the robotic submarines pull their cameras back and begin the long, slow ascent through miles of ice, the darkness rushes back in to reclaim its territory. The ghost amphipods vanish into the void. The microscopic metropolises continue their silent, sunless existence. The ice heals over the drill hole, sealing the world away once again. We have always looked to the stars and wondered, are we alone? We construct fantasies of alien worlds and terrifying monsters lurking in the shadows of distant galaxies. But the truth is far more humbling. To the millions of creatures living in the high-pressure, freezing darkness of subglacial Antarctica, we are the aliens. Our sun-drenched, oxygen-rich surface world is the hostile, unimaginable environment. The next time you look at a globe, don't just see a white patch at the bottom of the world. See a roof, a ceiling hiding a massive, ancient ocean that has outlived the dinosaurs and survived the ice ages. We have barely scratched the surface. Stay curious, stay questioning, and remember, the abyss is always closer than you think.